Hi Leo, hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your August read. General messages, guys. Take what resonates, throw out the rest. Energies could always be vice versa. I'm going to start with some Lenormand, throw some runes, stuff like that. Going to lay the land for the energies for August. And then I'm going to do relationship and then career. I'm going to timestamp for career for those of you who don't want to stick around for the relationship. I'm going to be doing just a straight astrology read in a couple of days. We'll do that as a separate video. Let's see what we got here. Start off with the Lenormand. Okay, we have the child. I'll show you that. Remember, Lenormand looks like tarot, but it is different than tarot. We get the key. And we have house. Okay. Interesting. Let's pull some. We'll pull 3 runes. Okay, we get 3 runes for our Leo friends. Okay, let's see what we have. This is the way we have to put them up. Okay. And I'll show you those in a second. Let's throw the Astro dice. Pull a card. Okay, we have Saturn, Cancer, 3rd house. So 3rd house, learning something new. Cancer has to do with the house, right? Has to do with home. Cancer's the landlord of the 4th house of home, ruled by the moon. It's about safety, roots, security, family. What happens in the home, expanding the home, moving from the home, selling, buying, bringing somebody new into the home, somebody leaving, anything like that. And we have Virgo energy. Okay, very good. Virgo is a very practical and pragmatic energy. It's the best problem solver energy we have. We have Saturn. So Saturn here, Saturn's a strong energy, obviously, and you guys know this, but this brings really a reality check on anything that's been cloaked in conscious or unconscious delusion, that you may feel a level of unfairness in your life right now, but you have to trust that whatever's coming up right now is ultimately, Leo, meant for your higher evolution. It really is. This is a time for you to be really paying attention to the lessons. Lots of lessons going on with this 3rd house energy. It's landlord is Gemini, ruled by Mercury. This is all about being the student. Leo, being the student, really learning a new approach to something, just in general, right, guys? We are going to be doing relationship as well as career, but this is about you learning something. This also has to do with short distance travel. It has to do with your siblings. It has to do with extended family, not your parents. Your parents are your 4th house, which would be this Cancer energy. But really with the Cancer energy here, what you need to be looking at in this energy here is that it's time to look at the balance between giving and receiving in your life right now, having to do with your relationship, your career, maybe both. You know, how balanced are you? In a very practical and pragmatic way. You know, how balanced are you? Dealing with that Virgo energy. I don't want to talk about the Lenormand yet until, because I am going to deal with those, associate those. I didn't put my candles on, my friends. Let me put those on. I'm so sorry, I forgot. Between readings, I meditate, I sage, I shuffle, but so I don't keep the candles on for all of that. My apologies that I didn't do that. But I am going to be pulling first for relationship and working these into relationship, and then doing the same thing for career. Okay. All right, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also, guys, obviously, if you know your house placements, Leo on the 5th house, right? You guys are the landlord, right? But if you know what your energy is on your 5th house and your 7th house as well. Okay. You're 2 knights. Queen. 9 of Swords. All right, so I am sensing that there was some sort of new truth, new beginning coming to light. Here we have the Page of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, external to you. Page of Cups is what you're afraid of. The Empress. Leo, anybody having a baby? Anybody having a baby? I'm getting a lot of baby vibes. I have to tell you. What other one? Aries. I got for Aries as well. getting baby vibes here. I mean, we have the child, all right. It doesn't have to be that, especially if, if the shop's closed, like as is mine. I mean, I'm not a Leo, but I'm just saying. This is about a child, right? Or someone being childlike in nature. This also does indicate the early stages of development where changes can be made, so that a positive future could be formed. Do you know what I mean? Now, we also have with this, we have the rune, which is from the heaven family. Okay, we have man. So this is the self, focused on being very creative. And what's interesting about this, too, I have to tell you, is that being childlike and all of that, that's so you guys, right? Because you guys are the landlord of the 5th house of fun. That's also where our relationship and connection exists with children, things we love to do for fun, like hobbies, anything like that. How we connect with our partner on a Monday through Sunday basis. It includes the act of sex, being able to be silly, the social life that we have with our partners, the social life that we have with ourselves. That's all about this, right? But this rune does mean human, man, the self, focus on being creative. It also is creation. So seriously, guys, I mean, obviously this is a general reading, so not all Leos are going to be getting pregnant or be in the situation of that, but I have to tell you, I'm getting very heavy energy here, because this rune is a heaven message, and it's a heaven message about creation, about self, creation of self. That would be child as well. And keeping in mind with the Lenormand, we acknowledge them individually, but then we bring it together for one cohesive message. So then we have the key, which is discoveries and solutions. And this is all about synchronicities and faith, Leo, right? So you have the means to answer something that's troubling you, but you have to decide which way to turn the key. Because if you turn it the one way, you can be locked in a gilded cage. And if you turn it the other way, it can be very revealing. But either way, the rose does indicate some sort of mystery that needs to be unfolded and unraveled. So this could literally be the mystery of a child. This could be the mystery of a love. This could be a mystery of, we're not doing career just yet, but of a new career, of some sort of mystery that's going to be revealed. But it's all about what are you going to, decide, what, way you're going to decide to turn the key. And then we have counsel, protection. This is about having luck and warning, right? Now, this is an earth energy. So there's some sort of synchronistic, I feel like some sort of synchronistic warning that's going to be coming to you, Leo, that ultimately is going to end up being a very lucky break for you. So it could be, and I'm saying it as a warning, even though it's synchronistic and it's luck, it's like, it could be dodging a bullet. It could be, because this also does indicate counsel. Some sort of counsel, seeking counsel, needing counsel. So maybe, this could have to do with marriage counseling. This could have to do with, we seek counsel when we dissolve a marriage, right? This could also, we don't seek counsel when we get married. That's actually different. That's not that. But these are the different ways that it could. But what having that room of protection and luck and warning from the Earth family, it's counsel. It's a protective kind of vibe. Absolutely. And then we have house. We're going to come back and bring that around. But then we have house. So this is about family-based stability, comfort, right? Really, and the preceding cards and runes are going to inform what's going to roll out in the future. It's going to dictate the future. We have to look at the rune here. We have hail. This is about limits and upheavals and risks and delays and shadows. This is from the warrior family. So I don't know, is there some sort of synchronistic warning that's coming in, Leo, that's going to prevent you from making any kind of mistakes, going to prevent you from not having the ultimate stability and comfort that you want, need, and desire in your family base, is what I see here. This makes a lot of sense to me, though. This is very, very specific. This is very specific. So for some of you, if you're just getting into a relationship and it's young and it's exciting and you guys are just doing the busyness of connection and being creative, this could be just the blossoming of an absolutely gorgeous love that's going to, you know, end up being unlocked, right? If you make the right decision, where that rose just kind of comes out, you know, into the forefront, and you realize like this relationship is such a beautiful blessing for me. It's just such a beautiful blessing. But then there are some sort of delays, some sort of shadows that need to be worked through. Something needs to be taken care of before you can have this like steady home space with this person. Something needs to be done, right? I mean, the stability and comfort is there for you to have, but this rune does indicate that there's going to be some sort of delay, some sort of upheaval that you're going to need to contend with in order before you can have this sort of settled in kind of thing. For others of you, yeah, I mean, you could be finding out that you're pregnant, and this is the mystery that's being released in here. And this could be like, okay, guess what, we have to kind of reconfigure our plans and what we were going to do in order to bring a new life into you know, a stable home. For others of you, it could be dealing with a very immature energy, and you really making sure you don't make the decision of keeping yourself in a gilded cage with an immature energy, because that's going to end up creating a lot of issues as far as your stability in this relationship. So it's something to be mindful of. We have Ace of Swords coming into this time period right now. Ace is brand new, Sword is truth, it's reality, it's also deep thinking. But this is, you know, you see the bird coming in, excuse me, so it is, excuse me, some sort of message that is coming into you. Some sort of enlightenment of an issue is going to be happening here. I like that we got 2 knights. I do like that you typically indicates like a good partnership, right? Gender's not specific, by the way. But we have the Knight of Cups crossed by the Knight of Swords. Okay, so the Knight of Cups is, you know, here I am, I want to offer you something different, right? Because this is a different energy. It's Aquarius and Pisces. Pisces is what you're dreaming about, and Aquarius is different from what you're used to. So this is different. So this could be somebody reaching out to you quite literally via a text, a phone call, because it's communication. Swords are an air energy, right? So it's communication coming in, somebody offering you their emotions, their cup, whatever, okay? And they're very different from anyone that you've been with. Or this could be if you were not with someone and you haven't heard from them for a while, them reaching out to you and wanting to revisit the relationship in a very different way. But we have this idea of the Knight of Swords crossing, and when we have the swords crossing, again, because the swords are truth, and this is a Taurus and Gemini energy. Taurus is very practical. Taurus is really Gemini wants to have the conversation. That's where the air energy is. Well, we have to have the conversation about money, about who's bringing what to the table, about how are we communicating, what is our intimacy like, because Taurus is ruled by Venus. So Venus is that beautiful trifecta of, you know, what you value, how do you feel being in it, you know, and resources, anything that you care about, you value. So you're having that conversation. So somebody is offering you their emotions, but it's being crossed by reality, right? The reality of what somebody wants, needs, and desires, and you're not joking around, man. You're the Queen of Swords. I love it, because this is about, you know, having people's agenda figured out as soon as they walk in the room before they even open their mouth. Yeah, I mean, also the Queen of Swords can often indicate a female energy who's actually like a single mother, who's just very realistic and keeping it real on the up and up, and doesn't play around, doesn't play games, gets right to the heart of the matter. A lot of people may understand that energy as being very cutting and sharp with the tongue, but it's more about just getting to the root and the truth, because this person doesn't have time to play. Like no games, nothing like that. Okay, so that's going to resonate with some of you. Others of you may be dealing with a female energy who has something to communicate to you, like maybe your mother or your partner's mother, or some other some female within the mix that's going to impact the relationship. But there is this truth coming out. There is this need for truth coming out. And then we have in the foundation, we have the Nine of Swords, which is, I call this the 3 a.m. anxiety card, right? It's the poking and prodding at you with the ruminating thoughts going over, right? Because this is Mars and Gemini, and Mars is that warrior planet in Gemini, which is all about communication, about thoughts. This is thoughts, right? And going over, why did I say that? Why did they say this? Why is this going on? I mean, this can create a sense of anxiety, even in many people, depression, intrusive thoughts. And it's very hard to mitigate that, you know, when you're in the throes of it. But I feel like something has gone on here where, and I have to tell you, this energy is happening so quick. I am feeling prone to say that there was a history here before. Maybe you guys are in a weird space and then somebody called somebody, let's have that talk once and for all because I really love you and I want to try to work this out. And when you guys do that, it's really challenging for you guys to actually be, first of all, completely open and honest, and secondly, feel like you're being heard. And this is quite frustrating for one of you or both of you. Right now, you're the Page of Pentacles energy. The page does indicate a new cycle. When we're doing a relationship read, Pentacles can mean mental, physical, emotional connection. It can be money. This is a general message. So this can mean you feeling like, okay, you know what, I don't have a lot of money now, but you are very sort of in your mind, very set on bringing yourself to a more prosperous place. And that could just be like where you're at. You just, even though this is relationship, you're just very focused on your money. You don't have it yet. You're not there yet because it's a page, and page is the young end of the court, right? Or this could even be you feeling the energy of a new job coming in, if it has to do with money. Otherwise, this could be, Leo, you really embracing a new energy that you're meeting. Okay, and you really embracing this mental, physical, and emotional connection. This is a brand new cycle for you. So it's something that you are embracing. Now, obviously, for those of you, if you are resonating it with the fact that if you are expecting, that would definitely be, that would be the new energy that you're embracing for sure. Others of you could be in a space where you're embracing a new person. Right? So there's this embracing of a new energy. An external energy to you is your wish fulfillment. The Nine of Cups, beautiful. Wish fulfillment, Jupiter and Pisces. So this could, now this is not you. This is somebody this is the energy that you're dealing with. What you fear here is the Page of Cups. So I feel like you're afraid of a new cycle because I feel like it seems like something has gone on here that you're just not sure if you can trust it. You're just really not sure. You're not sure. But guys, then we have, look at this. We have the Empress energy. This is the mother of the tarot. I mean, okay. You know, not to belabor a point, for goodness sake, I'm not a Leo, I'm not pregnant, and none of the Leos in my life that I have many, are pregnant that I know of. Who knows though? But this is, you know, the Empress is the mother of the tarot. She is perpetually pregnant. But this is about planting seeds and growing things and bringing it to fruition, cultivating it, bringing it to fruition, birthing it, and then doing it again. It's a Venus energy. It's feeling really good about that. This is a mother energy. It's nurturing. It's a beautiful energy for relationships. So I love this as the outcome. Okay? But then I see who is at cross purposes with themselves, because the Two of Swords is sitting at cross purposes with yourself. Leo, Moon, and Libra. Moon is feeling, thinking all about the relationship. Libra is relationship. It's the landlord of the 7th house. So you're like, what's my truth with the Swords? What's my reality? I'm not sure, right? I'm not sure. You know, Libra's the air energy in here, really trying to figure out. You may be trying to figure out between two different people, Leo. You might be figuring out between two different directions. I have to tell you, this is a bit complicated for me. You guys have been watching me know, I usually like streamline through my readings. This is, I don't know if it's a complicated situation. Could be somebody, I feel like. I'm going to tell you straight up. I feel like somebody's in a partnership. If you have not just recently begun going out with somebody, okay, because that could be where it's in its early stages and it's creative and beautiful. Okay, this tells me that either you're dealing with an immature energy, somebody who's just not very emotionally intelligent. They could be incredibly successful, have very high intellect, but have very low EQ. Emotional intelligence is a different animal. So you might be dealing with somebody who is very, very, emotionally immature, and they're just not able to get their act together to incite a very healthy foundation. And so, you know, you guys were sort of on an off cycle. They come back, you guys are trying to figure stuff out. It ends up creating a lot of anxiety. But I feel like there's another energy here that you're dealing with, Leo. And you're afraid to actually continue going with the person that you're in the more serious relationship with, because I feel like you're just afraid that you're not going to actually connect. Then we have this Empress energy, which is all about Venus. Like, these are just two totally different energies. To be afraid of a new cycle of love, and then to be this mature embodiment of love. Something's going on here. I feel like there are just two energies, and you ultimately being confused. Others of you, you might be in a space where you have children with somebody, or you are expecting, you know, and it could be that kind of situation where, but you're just feeling like it's not really working out. There's one thing after another, these constant upheavals, and you just can't take it anymore. No matter how many times you guys try, you're just in this space of just wanting to start over. You're very focused on your wish fulfillment, which is not in your immediate energy right now. It's external to you. It's somewhere else, and it's creating a sense of confusion in you. So that is what I have there. All right, let's pull some oracles. We'll start with the love oracles, and then we'll go to the Island Time Wellness, and we'll see. We'll pull some shadow skies for clarification, but we'll see if we don't pull some of my homemade oracles for further messages if we need. More shuffle ever. Twin flames. Your passion ignites, Leo. Hope you guys are doing something fun for your birthday. Only time will tell. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace the new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. Wow. Okay. Healthy choices. Love. The runner. Fear of intimacy. Codependent relationship. You may be dealing with an energy that is just immature as well. Is a runner. Is a runner. Is a runner. Fear of intimacy. It's an immature energy. That's, you know, that. If you can ever get around to, I'm trying to remember who wrote the book. Emotional Intelligence is a fantastic read. It really is. It's very enlightening. But, you know, the runner in a codependent relationship can often show up as that. It's like they can't handle it. They love the idea of being in a close relationship. They love doing everything that, you know, relationships would do. But then when it starts getting really tough, like with money and the reality and maybe kids' responsibility, other things like that, it's really challenging for them to stay around. It really, really is. So we have healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and life, self-love, self-care, being happier. Then we have love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, attraction, affection. Past is now behind you. The runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, listening to ego. I mean, I just feel like that is what you're dealing with here. Wow, okay. Wow. Oh, wow. Let's see. All right. You know, remember, these messages could either be coming from you to the other person to you guys. You guys know how this drive goes, right? With the general messages on YouTube. Hopefully, most of you do understand that. All right, they say, you show me a stability and security I have never known. the same time, I am too self-absorbed to be who and what you need. And then I am so insecure and I know it's a problem, but looking at myself is not easy for me. So that, Leo, that could be you. That could be the energy that you're dealing with. But that all falls very much in line. This could have been what you were dealing with. But I feel like you're very focused on making healthy choices and love and life, taking care of yourself right now, doing you, being with you. You know? Let's see what these say. I'm feeling something, but I don't want to say anything yet. I want to see what the cards say. We got the Sun. What do we got here? 7 of Pentacles, yeah. 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 So, you're confused. You're definitely confused, Leo. There's no question, right? We have the Hangman. The Hangman is a Neptune energy. It's 12th house, right? It's the landlord of 12th house. Pisces is the landlord. Neptune is the ruler of the 12th. So it's like looking at reality through a really dirty window. Like you kind of know it's there, but you can't. You sort of make it out like through a fog, but you're just not sure. So you know what you're doing? You're doing a lot of nothing right now. You're pressing the pause button, basically. And you're making the decision to not make a decision. Didn't I say that to you guys last time? I feel like that. Yeah, well, guess what? You're still confused. But then we have your ruler here as a foundation. You have everything that you need. You have everything that you need. You do. I mean, this is just about the warmth, the nutrients, everything for you to unlock whatever it is that you need to unlock, whatever it is to grow, whatever you need to grow. Everything is here. It's just a matter of you doing the work. You doing the work. Then we have the 7 of Pentacles, which is a great energy. This is Saturn and Taurus. It's putting the work in a very practical way. Doing what you need to do in the earthly realm towards making this relationship work. Working, figuring out money, figuring out communication, figuring out your sex life, figuring out communication, your social life, all that stuff. That's Taurus. Taurus is Venus. So it's whatever appeals to the 5 senses, and feeling good about being in it. Do you feel good? Do you feel loved? Where is there a lack? And it's addressing that. It's addressing that. And then we have the Empress energy again, for goodness sake. Seriously? Venus, mother, mother of the tarot. So, look, you guys might have kids together. You guys just might be, this could really, guys, just be as simple as building a life together, a business together, resources together, whatever it is. It's something that you guys are doing together. And I see you doing it. I do see you doing it. I have to tell you, I feel like you guys are going to be on a little something of a timeout. You guys are in a weird space. Only time will tell. I do get that you guys are twin flames, but listen, whatever happened, right? I always say the toothpaste is out of the tube. The past is now behind you. You have to release it. And you have to let go of whatever was in order to embrace anything new, in order to embrace the rebuilding of anything, because things can be rebuilt. I have experienced that over and over and over again, in my work. I have to tell you, absolutely. If two people are in it and committed to doing the right thing, why not? Absolutely, why not? But this insecurity and this idea of self-absorption absolutely needs to be addressed. Because there is something really beautiful here that you guys share, a stability and a security, and it's a kind of connection that's really powerful. And you know what? That doesn't come along every day. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. Telling you. I mean, I work with a lot of people with relationship and stuff, and you'd be surprised, to know the reality of how many people are in very long relationships never feeling that, never. Doesn't matter how long you're together. There's a difference between getting used to each other and feeling that stable and security, even though you guys are definitely experiencing some sort of wonkadoo upheaval right now. Definitely having to do with an upheaval in the stability and the security. of your metaphorical home. I mean, it could be a literal home if you guys are living together, but it could also be that metaphorical home that I always talk about, right? It's like that you're in the right spot with the right person kind of thing. Obviously, not all Leos are going to be living together. That's ridiculous, right? All right, let's get some information on career. Magician, yes. Justice, okay, like that. Swords, okay. Careful there, Leo, careful. Seven of Swords is the card of thievery up there, but it's also the card of wearing a mask. You know, it's Moon in Aquarius, so Moon, as I feel, Aquarius is out of the box, different than what I'm showing you kind of thing. Okay. So, now having to do with career. Okay, so going back to Lenormand here, this could be the early stages of something that you're involved in right now. Well, you know, relative to everything else, relative to, let me just move these guys out of the way here. Relative to everything else, right? Early stages of development where, you know, changes can be made and a positive future formed. You doing something that you love to do. You know what? The fifth, because this is just bringing me to the fifth house, I have to tell you, because it's child, it's fun, that's fifth house. And fifth house is the first house that I look at when I'm you know, doing readings for entrepreneurial endeavors, right? Because it's you ultimately making money doing something that you're choosing to get into that obviously you love to do, right? You love to do. And you're very focused on being creative, right? With the self rune, really, really nice. And then we have this, we have the key. So again, this is about discovery, solution, synchronicities, fate. You do have the means to answer whatever is coming up having to do with this work situation, this financial situation, whatever it is. It just depends on which way you're going to turn the key, right? So again, the rose does indicate a mystery that needs to be unlocked because it's about career. This could be success. This could be an opportunity. But I do like that we have the rune about protection, luck, warning. This is from the Earth family, very pragmatic, very practical. This is also about counsel. So you might be signing some sort of paperwork, talking about signing some sort of paperwork, something like that coming up in or any time in August, okay? Anytime in August having to do with that. And then we have house, right? Which is the fourth house. You know, and I just realized this is synchronistic. I've been playing with these cards for so long. And I don't know why I never even noticed, like, the house in Lenormand is the fourth house, which is a house in it's the house of home in astrology. It's Cancer energy ruled by the moon, but regardless, anyway, I always knew that it meant the same thing. I didn't get the fours together, but this is about family-based stability, comfort. So this is about whatever obviously you're doing having to do with your finances and your job. There is a trickling over to your house energies, right? Because the fourth house of home and the 10th house of career, they oppose each other, right? So what happens in one is going to impact the other. But, you know, this is about here, this rune is, the hail is about limits and upheavals and risks and delays. So, and shadows too. So you may not see something. There may be something that you're not totally seeing, and it's drawing my eyes to the Seven of Swords energy. So let's get right into these guys. Okay, here. Yeah, you want to make sure that you're balanced out with whatever's going on in work. You're opening yourself up to learning something new. You're really all about, you know, figuring out that Saturn energy here, bringing a reality check on anything that's been cloaked in conscious or unconscious delusion, even though you might feel a level of unfairness, so something may not end up rolling out the way that you think it's going to roll out, having to do with something with money. This Virgo is a money energy. But there's communication about it as well. We have the Ace of Coins coming into this. For a lot of you, this is a new job. This is a new opportunity. You can be very entrenched in a new opportunity in your recent past, and whatever that means to you. This could have been last week, last month, you know, last year, whatever new means to you, all the way up to the point of this reading. But it is new opportunity having to do with career, having to do with money. Current situation right now, we have Magician, which is a Mercury energy, crossed by Justice, which is Libra energy. So, you know, the Justice is also Libra, which is the 7th house of partnerships, and those that we have a shared soul purpose with. So even like an employee, an employer, People that we have, again, the shared purpose with at work. So, however that would roll out. And then we have the Magician, having to do with communication. And it's also an alchemical card. It's making something specific out of other things, right? So this is a very solution-based mindset through communication, right? So something's a certain way and things need to be put back together or together in the first place in a particular way. There's problem solving that's going here. That's why I really like that you get the Virgo energy, because that's the energy that you want helping you when you need to solve some problems. But I think it's happening via communication because it's Mercury. So you're communicating with people online, in person, any form of communication, quite frankly. It could have to do with any of those. Now, Mercury also does rule Virgo, and Virgo is the 6th house of day-to-day work environment. It's also health, but it's day-to-day work environment. So how fair is it? How fair is what's going on? Is everything equitable? Is everybody feeling good? Are you feeling good about being involved in this? Are you feeling okay with what's being expected of you? Are you being asked to go back to an unsafe situation, depending on the the phase that you're in right now? Although I think everybody here in New York, I think, is in phase 4, but still a little different. Depends on the industry that you're in. So yeah, it has to do with that. It has to do with looking at these things, but at the same time, we have the 7 of Swords energy crowning. So yeah, again, this could be, quite frankly, Leo, this could be you playing somebody at their own game. This could be you playing somebody at their own game, where you're recognizing that something is fair, not fair. You maybe aren't sure if things are going exactly the way that you want, and you feeling the need to play somebody at their own game while you get your ducks in a row to actually, expand your career, expand your resources, do whatever you need to do to move out of something. So it's just sort of biding your time in a situation. For others of you, this could be, you totally like acting like you're okay, everything is okay. You may be dealing with somebody who's acting like everything is on the up and okay. Right? But you end up finding out that the reality of the situation, how somebody's feeling, whether it's you or them, is much different than what's happening in reality. And then we, come into the Queen of Coins here. So this is a Sagittarius and Capricorn. This Sagittarius means moving on, moving forward, right, towards luck and expansion. And quite directly, Capricorn is the work energy. So I do see you being very focused on luck and expansion in work. And for many of you, it is going to, require you moving forward and on, away from something. Now, you and only you're in the Judgment energy. You need to make a decision about your past having to do with this career. You need to make a decision about some sort of situation that's been going on. Forgiveness has to be had all the way around. If there's been some sort of transgression against you in work, forgive them. It's a type of self-love for you, and just understand that everybody did the best that they knew how in the moment, and now it's time to transform, because this is a Pluto energy, and Pluto is all about transformation, right? Because it rules Scorpio, and Scorpio is all about transformation. What I love, that the external energy to you is the Empress. So this could be a person offering you a position that is safe, that is secure, that you could count on. Really good. Okay, this isn't you, this is an external energy. Now this could just be the general vibe of the Emperor energy, where you're really figuring out you want to be your own boss, you want to take the bull by the horns, you want to do your own thing, and this is your external focus. You're focusing external on these kind of opportunities because you're very excited, right? The Emperor is an Aries energy, which is ruled by Mars, which is very front and center for us right now, right? Mars is not going retrograde until September. And so we have this gumption, this fire in our belly and under our feet to actually push forward. We're all feeling it a lot, but I feel like the fire signs are really feeling it very heavily. So you could be very focused on setting this new path for yourself. But your fear is the devil, and the devil represents any kind of imbalance. It represents, it could be anywhere from you fearing how some sort of addiction that you're struggling with may end up impacting your ability to move forward in a career. For others of you, this can just be recognizing an imbalance in either yourself or somebody that you're dealing with, and this being an issue that you're afraid to take on, or you're afraid to walk away from, right? Because the devil is lust, greed, alcoholism, drug addiction, unhealthy use of money, anxiety and depression gone unchecked and untreated, egotism, you know, off the charts, narcissistic tendencies, anything like that. That's in your fear position. But then in the outcome of this, we have the King of Coins. So the King of Coins is really about just being very large and in charge of your path, right? Again, Aries and Taurus. Aries is that Emperor energy. Fresh path, fresh perspective in a practical way that's going to bring you the money and the happiness that you're looking for. But this is the thing. Whatever decision that you're going to be making here, Leo, is going to be a good one. But at the end of it, in the near future, you're going to be leaving something that's toxic. That's just very toxic for you. Six of Swords is getting in that little boat and just going away from the toxicity towards something that is a lot healthier and a lot better for you. Yes, getting away from the toxicity, because I do feel like, you know, going back to the runes, and we have hail, and this is all about upheaval and risks and delays and shadows, and that's toxic, and it's getting in the way of you feeling stable, and you don't want to deal with that anymore. You don't want to deal with this unstable energy anymore. So I do feel like you're very focused on creating something for yourself. You're biding your time. You're doing what you have to do for the moment. You are. But I see you moving into a whole other direction. I really do. And you're going to be learning something new. Throw in this 3. This is the Gemini energy, right? It's the student. Maybe you're doing something online, because the third house communication has to do with like online, all kinds of communication, but including online communication for sure. Very social energy. It's Gemini. All right, my friends, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. Please do like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff if you like my energy. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.